There will be moments in life when people test you. They'll speak behind your back, disrespect you to your face, and try to shake your spirit. In those moments, you'll feel the urge to respond, to prove your worth, to fight back with words. But remember this, true power is not in reacting, it's in remaining silent. Silence is not weakness, it is wisdom. It is self-control, and it is trust that karma will always finish the fight you don't need to start. When you answer disrespect with silence, you send a clear message you are above it. You refuse to let someone else's negativity pull you down into their storm. Your silence protects your energy, your peace, and your dignity. Understand this, life has a way of balancing the scales. Karma never misses a target. You don't need to waste your energy seeking revenge, because what people put into the world will always find its way back to them. Your job is to rise above, keep your focus, and let your success be the loudest response. Every time you choose silence over reaction, you win twice. You win by protecting your inner peace, and you win again by letting karma handle what you don't need to. The one who disrespected you will eventually face the weight of their actions. Meanwhile, you've grown stronger, calmer, and more focused on your journey. Sometimes people confuse silence with weakness. They think if you don't clap back, if you don't raise your voice, if you don't argue when someone disrespects you, then you lost. But silence is not surrender. It's strategy. It's discipline. It's knowing that not every battle is worth your energy, and not every insult deserves your response. The strongest ones in the room are rarely the loudest. They are the ones who sit back, watch, calculate, and move when the time is right. There's a story about a lion and a dog. The dog barked endlessly, loud, trying to disturb the lion's peace. The lion didn't respond, didn't roar, didn't waste his energy on a smaller fight. People laughed, thinking maybe the lion was scared. But when the lion finally stood up, the dog ran with his tail between its legs. The lesson: power doesn't respond to noise. Power knows it doesn't have to prove itself to anyone. That's what silence is, unspoken confidence. You see, anybody can get loud, anybody can react. Anybody can throw words around when they feel disrespected. But not everybody can control themselves. Not everybody can hold their tongue when their ego is burning inside. And that's where true strength shows, when you master yourself. There's an old saying, the one who angers you controls you. If someone can push your buttons and make you explode, they own you. But when you learn to stay silent, they lose all control over you. Think about how chess is played. The real masters don't move impulsively. They let the opponent waste their moves, burn their energy, make mistakes while they remain calm and strategic. Silence is your chess move in life. It's the patience to let things play out while you stay grounded in your purpose. Because what you don't react to can never control you. Disrespect is only temporary. People might laugh, people might throw shade, people might doubt you, but that moment will pass. Their words don't have the power to define your future unless you let them. Karma, though, that's permanent. That's universal law. You reap what you sow, no exceptions. If someone chooses to disrespect, lie, or betray, life will bring that energy back around them one way or another. You don't have to fight every battle, because life fights some for you. There's another story I once heard. A farmer had 2 fields. In one he planted corn, in the other he planted nothing but weeds. When harvest came, the field with corn gave back abundance. The field of weeds gave back chaos and useless plants. The land didn't care what was planted, it just gave back what was put into it. That's karma. Life doesn't care who you are, how powerful you look, or how loud you talk. It gives you back the seeds you plant. If you plant disrespect, dishonesty, and hate, you will harvest the same. If you plant love, respect, and patience, life returns it. Now, most people want instant results. They want to see revenge today. They want disrespect to be punished in front of their eyes. But karma doesn't run on your time. Karma runs on its own clock. Sometimes it takes days, sometimes years, but it always shows up. And while you're waiting for that balance, your silence keeps you safe. Your silence keeps you out of unnecessary battles that could destroy your peace. Look at how rivers cut through mountains, not because they're strong or loud, but because they're consistent, patient, and calm. That's silence in action. You don't have to roar for people to know you're powerful. You don't have to answer every insult to prove yourself. Just keep flowing, keep moving, keep doing your work. Time and truth will speak louder than any words you could ever say. The dangerous thing about reacting to disrespect is that it takes you off your path. You're out here building dreams, chasing goals, working on yourself, and then someone throws shade. If you stop to argue with them, you just slowed yourself down. It's like running a marathon, and you pause to curse at every heckler on the sidelines. By the time you finish cussing them out, the people who stayed focused are already ahead of you. Your silence is not weakness. It's refusing to waste your energy on people who can't help you move forward. There's a power in letting people underestimate you. When you stay quiet, they think you're not paying attention. They think you don't see the games they're playing. But in reality, you're just observing, storing information, moving smarter. The loudest person in the room is usually the most insecure. The quiet one, that's the one you should be careful of, because they're too busy planning to waste time talking. Disrespect doesn't define you, it defines the one giving it. Their words are a reflection of their pain, their insecurity, their lack of growth. Don't take it personal. It's never really about you, it's about them. Your silence shows you know this truth. You rise above it because you refuse to carry their pain as your own. Here's something to remember: silence is not empty. It's full of answers. It's full of discipline. It's full of wisdom. Sometimes the best clap back is not clapping at all. Just keep working. Just keep shining. Just keep building. People will realize your worth when they see the life you created. And by then, karma will already be dealing with them for what they threw your way. Think about the oak tree. It doesn't argue with storms, doesn't shout at the wind, doesn't waste energy proving its strength. It just stands tall, rooted, unshaken. That's how you need to be when disrespect comes your way. Stand tall, stay grounded. Don't bend to the noise, because the storm will pass, but the oak tree remains. Every time you stay silent, you save energy for what truly matters. Energy that can go into your grind, your family, your vision. Don't trade your future for a temporary argument. Don't trade your peace for somebody else's drama. Keep your silence and let time reveal everything, because nothing stays hidden forever and nothing planted goes unharvested. In the end, silence is the shield that protects your spirit, and karma is the sword that strikes when the time is right. Together they make the most powerful response to disrespect without you ever saying a word. There comes a point where you realize that reacting to every negative thing around you is like pouring gasoline on a fire. When somebody throws disrespect your way, when they talk down on you, when they test you, they're not really after the truth. They're after your energy. They want you to break character. They want you to lose control, because that makes them feel bigger while pulling you down. That's why responding with calmness is the real power. You ever notice how when two people argue, the loudest one thinks they're winning, but the calm one always walks away with more respect? Calmness protects your peace. It's not about ignoring reality. It's about choosing what deserves your reaction. A wise man once said, "Who angers you, conquers you." And if you think about it, every time you explode, every time you let your emotions run the show, you give someone else the keys to your mind. There's a story about a samurai who was challenged to a duel by a rude man. The man insulted him all day, cussed at him, tried to provoke him into fighting. But the samurai never lifted his sword. Later, someone asked him why he stayed so calm. The samurai said, "If someone gives you a gift and you do not accept it, to whom does the gift belong?" The answer was simple: the gift still belongs to the giver. Insults are the same. If you don't accept them, they stay with the person who threw them. That's the beauty of calmness. Life is full of noise. People are going to test you daily. But you got to decide, will you let them disturb your peace, or will you guard it like treasure? Your peace is priceless. When you let someone shake it, you lose focus, you lose clarity, you lose time. Calmness isn't weakness. Calmness is self-mastery. Anybody can throw hands, anybody can shout, anybody can curse, but not everybody can sit still and smile while chaos dances around them. That's rare power. When you stay calm, you force the other person to battle themselves. They expected you to rage back, to get messy, to lower yourself. But when you don't, they have to sit with their own disrespect, their own negativity, their own poison. You're not only protecting your peace, you're turning their energy back on them without saying a word. And here's the thing: calmness doesn't just protect you in arguments. It protects you in life. Imagine you're building something big, a dream, a business, a vision. Every step of the way, you'll face critics, doubters, haters, and situations designed to make you quit. If you let every one of those things disturb your peace, you'll never have the energy to finish. Calmness is how you stay locked in, how you stay focused, how you keep moving no matter what storm is raging around you. Someone once said, ships don't sink because of the water around them. They sink because of the water that gets inside them. That's peace. You can't stop people from talking. You can't stop negativity from existing, but you can stop it from entering your spirit. Your calmness is the seal that keeps the water out. As long as you protect it, you'll keep floating no matter how heavy the waves. Now let's talk about growth and success, because that's the part everybody really needs to hear. There's no better answer to negativity than leveling up. You don't argue with people who doubt you. You don't fight with people who disrespected you. You don't waste time proving yourself with words. You prove yourself with results. The sweetest revenge is not revenge at all. It's elevation. It's when the same people who laughed at you, who didn't believe in you, who whispered behind your back, now have no choice but to see you shine. That's when silence becomes loud. That's when growth becomes the response. You don't clap back with insults, you clap back with progress. There's a story of a young man who was always doubted. People told him he'd never be successful, that he didn't have what it takes. Instead of arguing, he went quiet. He worked when no one was watching. He stayed disciplined, even when nobody believed. Years later, he pulled up in a car they said he'd never afford, built a life they swore he couldn't, and created opportunities that fed not just him, but his whole circle. He never had to say a word to his doubters. His life became the answer. That's the power of growth. That's the beauty of success. It silences every room where your name was spoken with disrespect, because people can argue with your words, but they can't argue with your reality. They can doubt your vision, but they can't deny your results. Success is the echo of discipline. It's the outcome of choosing focus over reaction, patience over impulse, calmness over chaos. Every minute you don't waste on negativity is a minute invested in your growth. And those minutes add up. They turn into hours, days, years, until suddenly you built something undeniable. You have to understand success is not just about money. Success is about growth in every area of your life. It's about becoming stronger mentally, emotionally, spiritually. It's about leveling up as a person. When someone disrespects you, your best response is to show them you're too busy growing to even notice their noise. That's what makes them realize their words never had weight to begin with. There's a saying, don't tell people your plans, show them your results. People don't need to hear how you prove them wrong. They'll see it when the vision becomes reality. That's why staying silent and focused is the smartest play. The ones who spend their time clapping back usually stay stuck. The ones who spend their time growing always rise. When you focus on your growth, you also inspire others. There's someone watching you right now, learning how to move by the way you handle disrespect. If you get caught up in negativity, you're teaching them to do the same. But if you keep calm, keep growing, keep succeeding, you're showing them that elevation is the answer. You become living proof that peace and patience pay off. Let me leave you with this thought: the world is full of noise. People will talk, they'll doubt, they'll throw shade, but you don't need to answer all of it. Protect your peace, stay calm, and while they keep talking, keep working. Because growth is louder than gossip, and success is the only language that needs no translation. Life has a way of balancing the scales. You don't always see it in the moment, and sometimes it feels like people who do wrong, people who throw dirt on your name, people who cross you, keep moving forward without consequence. But nothing goes unpaid. Everything a person puts into the world eventually circles back to them. The one who disrespected you will one day sit face to face with the weight of what they did. That's not a hope, it's a law. Think about planting seeds. If someone plants poison in the soil, they don't get fruit back, they get poison. If they plant thorns, they don't get roses, they get cuts. What you put out always grows into something. Disrespect might not show its consequences instantly, but it always grows into a harvest that someone has to eat. You don't have to curse them, you don't have to chase them down, you don't have to carry revenge in your heart. Time in life will do that work for you. There's a story about a man who betrayed his closest friend for money. He thought he won because he got quick cash and a temporary advantage. Years later, when life stripped him down, he was left with no allies, no real connections, no trust from anybody. He had to face the reality that what he planted years before had come back to him. The world never forgot what he did. That's how life works. You may escape judgment from people, but you can't escape judgment from truth. When people disrespect you, they think it's about you, but it's really about them. Their words, their actions, their betrayal. That's their seed. You're just a target at the moment. But later, when those seeds grow, they're the ones who will feel the consequences. Sometimes you won't even see it happen, but trust it does. And that's why you don't have to break your peace chasing payback. There's a saying, if you sit by the river long enough, you'll see the bodies of your enemies float by. That's not about wishing harm on people. It's about patience. It's about understanding that life is undefeated when it comes to justice. You don't have to go out of your way to punish anybody, because the way they live will eventually punish them. While all that is happening, something more important is happening with you. Every time you choose not to react, every time you let silence and patience be your shield, you're growing stronger. You're building self-control, and self-control is a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Calmness becomes your default, not your struggle. You learn to hold your energy in your hands instead of letting other people play with it. When you stay focused on your path instead of their disrespect, you keep moving forward. You keep stacking progress while they keep stacking karma. You get stronger mentally because you realize your worth isn't tied to someone's words. You get calmer emotionally because you understand disrespect says more about them than it does about you. You get sharper spiritually because patience deepens your discipline. Imagine two fighters in a ring. One is wild, swinging punches everywhere, burning energy fast. The other is calm, controlled, waiting for the right moment. Who wins? Not the wild one. The one with control always wins. That's you. While they swing wildly with disrespect, you're standing calm, focused on your strategy, building strength round by round. There's a story about bamboo. For years after it's planted, bamboo doesn't show any growth above the ground. People think nothing is happening. But beneath the soil, its roots are spreading wide and deep, building a foundation. Then one day, after years of silence, it shoots up into the sky almost overnight. That's you when you stay calm, when you don't respond to negativity, when you keep working. They think nothing is happening with you because you're quiet. But deep down, you're building roots of strength. And when your growth shows, it's undeniable. Being focused means your energy is not scattered. Disrespect is a distraction, and distractions steal your time. When you refuse to give energy to that, you channel everything into your journey. And that's how you outgrow situations, outgrow people, outgrow the things that once tried to pull you down. Someone once said, your best revenge is your paper, but it's deeper than money. Your best revenge is your peace, your growth, your success, your evolution into a stronger version of yourself. When the same people who disrespected you see you glowing, see you thriving, see you unfazed, it hits harder than any words you could have thrown back at them, because you're proof that their negativity didn't break you, it built you. Think about fire. If someone throws dirt on a small flame, it goes out. But if they throw dirt on a big fire, it just turns into fuel. That's what happens when you grow stronger. The same disrespect that was meant to bury you becomes the very fuel that pushes you further. They try to put you out, but they only made you burn brighter. Calmness is not about being passive. It's about being powerful enough to choose where your energy goes. Focus is not about ignoring reality. It's about knowing what deserves your attention and what doesn't. The more you master that, the stronger you get. And when you look back, you'll realize the things that once made you angry now don't even touch you. That's growth. And the beautiful part, when you grow stronger and calmer, life puts you in a position to win bigger battles. You become a role model for others who are struggling with their emotions. You show people that strength isn't in fighting every fight. It's in knowing which fights are worth your time. You teach without preaching, just by the way you live. One day someone will disrespect you and you won't even feel the need to respond. Not because you're weak, but because you've leveled up so far that their words don't even reach your frequency. That's when you know you've grown. That's when you know calmness has become your natural state. And while they're stuck facing the weight of their actions, you'll be far ahead, living proof that silence and growth are unbeatable weapons.